with your host, Sean Myrie. This one, another controversial one regarding a colorful figure, Jaguar Wright. We don't have to break down her whole history, but we know that she's a social media light, conspiracy theorist. She talks a lot. She goes on a lot of platforms to spread her I guess her gospel, her message. Jaguar Wright. I don't know if she was an artist. She is an artist. She used to sing a lot, but now she talks a lot. She talks about a lot of celebrities in the industry, brings up dirt on them. She claims she has a lot of dirt on people throughout the years. Like I said, very colorful figure, very passionate, very aggressive. But she's been digging lately into a lot of people ever since, well, forever, but especially now with this whole P. Diddy, Puff Daddy case, right? And who may be involved because a lot of stories came out that celebrities may be involved in this freak off Diddy association. Now, let's take it back to Mr. Jay Z and Beyonce, but Jay Z. Now, she's talking about Jay Z, that how he's evil or has been abusive and past relationships. Like, bless up the star, because she got cussed out the other night when she went on the Star Report, not as a guest, just as a listener, right? He highlights certain things. But for years, a lot of these things that Jaguar Wright been talking about is not new. Nothing new under the sun. A lot of people knew or whatever the rumors about Jay-Z. Back in the day, there's a story of him stabbing on Rivera, Biggie's manager, because of what I forgot what he was doing. He was making copies, bootlegging his album. And then there's the story of Jay-Z shooting his brother, right? That's two violent stories. Shooting his brother, right? And stabbing on Rivera. So even though he looks innocent now, he can't put it past this man who he really is. And he's really good at making everybody feel comfortable. But remember, bootleg his product, stab. Brother, I don't know what he done, shot. So Jay-Z just transformed his stuff into the business side of things. Like I'm saying, it's not just Jaguar Wright who knows about a lot of things regarding Jay-Z, be it the stereotype, secret society, doing all types of things, right? And you hear about it, about Beyonce, both of them you hear about it. But right now it's kind of interesting because as I talk, as a content maker, a lot of people been talking about the same thing, no different than what was on Piers Morgan's show, right? About 2 days, well, a while ago. She went on that man show, and it was, to me, a different type of Jaguar Wright. I wonder if this kind of ticked off Jay-Z. How she was kind of more, I would say, polite, but she was still giving the news and claiming how Jay-Z and Beyonce's worse than Diddy. And you know what's been coming out about Diddy, right? A lot of negative stuff. So she's put it out there that they're worse than Diddy and how they're monsters. Monsters. Now, I know she links Jay-Z to sleeping, like R. Kelly, sleeping with underage individuals. She points out Beyonce, I don't know about that. I know Rihanna and Foxy Brown. She talks about Inga, Foxy Brown, and and she talks about Beyonce and Rihanna. So those three females. There's others that Jay-Z was with, like Amil, and somebody claimed this lady who passed away not too long ago. I don't know the name, but Jay-Z was having an affair, or he was with her, and she passed away. But we could put it out there that a lot of people may hate Jay-Z because of his success and where he comes from. So people are gonna cook things up. Does Jaguar Wright have a lot of hate inside of her because maybe a deal didn't go through when she was dealing with Jay-Z? Maybe she thought, I mean, business-wise, maybe she thought that she was, taken advantage of. And this is revenge payback. Because Jaguar Wright just been talking and talking and talking and talking a lot. She goes on Piers Morgan's show, spills the tea, right? And now it's funny. Jay-Z and Beyonce take this seriously. Take this seriously. Why do they take Piers Morgan seriously? Not academics, not any of these other platforms seriously. It's like I was listening to Star. It's because they're more urban, let's be straight up, more black, so they don't feel that those platforms is a threat, even though they've been talking for years, right? Like Tasha K, they must not feel that those platforms is a threat. But soon as it goes on Piers Morgan, oh damn, cease and desist, like Drake. A cease and desist goes out. And Piers Morgan apologized. Piers Morgan apologized. They got the white brother or whatever individual to apologize. That, not too much people do that. But he apologized to them for having her on the platform put out false information. So he apologized for having her put out false information and probably edit that piece off, because he's what, big media? I thought he's like, uncensored. I thought he was uncensored, but I guess they censored him. They censored Piers Morgan. But this makes you wonder, all these people have been talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce and all of this so-called conspiracy stuff for so long. So why now you hit somebody with that? You don't hit Jaguar Wright with that. I don't think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. You hit Piers Morgan, who has a platform, with that. So some people may look, including myself, may look on that as some type of guilt, that you don't react to maybe academics, people like that, Jay-Z, Sean Carter, but you react to Piers Morgan. It's the same thing. It's like this is the problem with, I would say, black people, because look at it. Jaguar Wright, she goes on to Piers Morgan's show with this proper talk, right? When she goes, when she was on, what's his name, Star show, she was just like ghetto, right? But when she goes on Piers Morgan's show, she's all proper. So, same thing with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Their dirt are rumors or made up stuff. Been everywhere for years. But now, because it's on Piers Morgan's show, it's a situation. We gotta put out a cease and desist. But if it's not true, a lot of people just will not react to it, right? If you're confident, you're not gonna react. So it makes people wonder. It makes people wonder, even like me, are you guys guilty of something? Let's be straight up. Jay-Z was at a lot of these white parties. Jay-Z's been around Sean Combs. He's been around them, right? So what Jaguar Wright is cooking up or have been cooking up is connecting the relationship with Sean Carter, right? And Sean Combs, connecting the relationship with them both. And it doesn't look good. It looks pretty attractive to the content makers who do their type of investigation. But my investigation is experience seeing the careers really being in the hip hop culture of Jay-Z, right? And music, period, Beyonce. So what made them push? Because it was on Piers Morgan's program. If academics could have 1,000 stories, right? You won't hear nothing. If Jaguar Wright was on academics, the biggest streamer, and she said the same stuff, would they have sent that? Would they have sent the cease and desist if this was DJ Academic's platform? Would they do the same thing if it was maybe just say Joe Budden, right? Or any other ones under that? Would they do the same thing? But because it was on that man's platform, it meant something. It hit them deep. That means they would listen to it. They were watching when she was talking. This should show you they do watch. The whole time all this stuff been going on with Puffy, nothing. And like Ray J came out recently with his new show, The Reality Check, talking about this, talking about how a lot of celebrities who knew or claimed they're Puff's friend, no one stepped up to it. Well, this is my investigation to Ray J, because a lot of people, some people talk. The only reason they talk is because there's guilt on them. So Ray J is calling out all these celebrities, and Ray J is a celebrity himself. I remember when Whitney Houston was going through her stuff before she passed away, a lot of people was blaming Clive Davis. Clive Davis is linked to Puff Daddy, right? And how I heard this because I have good memory, that Ray J was the mule. He would get the drugs and bring it to Whitney. And that's how they had a relationship. He was the mule. This is something she was doing before Ray J. She was doing that way before Ray J. It's just when the story, what I heard is that he used to keep her company. You would wonder, why is he keeping her company? Like the age is completely different, but you know, there's older women who like younger men, but he was supplying. So that world of supply whatever, and demand in Hollywood, he knows about that. He knows all about that. Straight up, Ray J, you know all about that. So it's similar to what was going on, you know, what I was saying with Puff. And you hear Damon Dash, hint, 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 certain other people talking about it. Damon Dash talking about his friend, his ex-friend, Jay-Z, and Puffy. He's wondering now, is the Ciroc or the liquor that he served at these parties, Was it intoxicating people so much that they lost their memory? Some got they were knocked out and taken advantage of. The people who really indulged in these parties and drank a lot of alcohol, were they being like, you know, fooled into drinking and meanwhile being watched? They're like cattle, you get what I mean, and taken advantage of. That's what Damon Dash pointed to. And Damon Dash is linked to Jay-Z, and he knows about Puffy because they're coming up, you know, still around the same time, but Puffy more successful, of course, right? So we've been hearing Jay-Z's next. Jay-Z's next. I've been talking about Jay-Z way before I knew about anything about Jaguar Wright. Way before Jaguar Wright, I was talking about Jay-Z years before, right? And to see where he's at now, but I've been saying it years, right? From me, especially it really kicked in when he got Rihanna. That's when everything really kicked in. He had in his videos a lot of satanic references, and you know, he's playing with words, saying Illuminati this and Illuminati that, right? Reverse psychology, to think, to believe that you'll only be crazy to believe that. You know, way that he could be part of that, or so, but he puts it in the music and the visuals, right? So whatever Jaguar Wright is saying, it's nothing new to me. She puts her swing to it, her twist to it, but whatever. You see that? Piers Morgan apologizes to Jay-Z because of information which is not confirmed to be true. Now, to me, when someone puts out a cease and desist, that means those statements really hit hard. People talk every day and no one says nothing or does anything. Like Drake put out a cease and desist. That's what they say for Kendrick Lamar, so he cannot perform Not Like Us, because it's degrading, that defamation of character, and I guess because the power of the popularity of the media, and he does not want that to stick, right? Which it already did. But same thing goes for Jay-Z and Beyonce. But that shows you, if you're so big, they're so big, you're thinking, yo, they're not saying anything. That's a smart thing to do. But now they put out a cease and desist. Cease and desist, meaning, yo, you cannot use that platform or whatever, that content on your platform. We don't want to see it. Imagine, we don't want to see it. People talk every day about them, all types of ways, but Piers Morgan, because that's how big you are, right? And you have an influence somewhere they don't want people to see. People in power watch you probably. A certain audience watches you. So her whole thing just brings up a lot of stuff what Jay-Z don't want, or Sean Carter don't want. He doesn't want to lose investors. He doesn't want to lose any of that. You see what happened to Puff? He lost, basically revolt. He lost a lot of companies, or, you know, they're taking away keys of the city and stuff. So we've been hearing, and don't forget, a whole bunch of people were abused with this whole Diddy stuff. And this list is supposed to come out that exposes so much celebrities. And the rumor, quote unquote, is that Jay-Z and Beyonce is on that list, and they've been at the parties and all of this stuff. He's basically Puffy's right-hand man when it comes to this. That's what's been going out. That's why The Carters responded to, but that's what she wanted. See, it's like they finally tapped out. She wanted that reaction from you, Sean Carter. She wanted that reaction from you. And Beyonce. And she got the reaction. She got the reaction. You guys actually went to Piers Morgan with a cease and desist. And the only reason you went to him is because of who he interviewed. So this is going to be interesting. When she goes on another platform and talks, are you going to do that? I swear she was on just not too long ago, the Godcast, bless up. Um, she was on a platform, right? Lord Jamar. She was talking probably a whole bunch of things I could imagine. I didn't see the full interview with Lord Jamar. I could bet he didn't get a cease and desist, right? Because what? He's a brother. But she did get cooked not too long ago. She got cooked up by Star. And not too long after that, she went on Piers Morgan, right? All different over there. But she wasn't really a guest, like I said, on Star Report. She was listening. So you could see what she's doing. She's trying to stay relevant, go viral. That's her pocket. That's her money. She's been what? She's been around the law, or the law been around her. So that doesn't scare her. I'm guessing she's probably been incarcerated already. So that doesn't scare her. She's willing to sacrifice everything. You could just see in her face. She's lost a loved one not too long ago. So like some people are analyzing, she's feeling some hurt. So that type of hurt, she does not care how much times she gets in trouble, incarcerated, or for anything. This is a person like this is very, what people would say, dangerous, because she has nothing to lose. When someone feels they have nothing to lose, they'll do anything. So I'm just saying that Mr. Carter Jay-Z did not send out anything to a whole bunch of platforms, which a lot of them are probably Black ran. Maybe, I'm guessing, is that the reason? Is he trying to say that everybody else could talk, but you can't say anything up here? Is that what you guys saying, Jay-Z and Beyonce? That only your people could talk, but they're talking worse about you than on that platform. So what amplified that is Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright is what amplified this whole thing. And now you care. But you don't care if DJ Academics does it. You don't care if Joe Budden or all these other platforms, the Shade Room keeps going on. There's documentaries right now, and there's a whole bunch of stuff on YouTube, conspiracy theories talking about Jay-Z. So why he should be going after a whole bunch of platforms with this cease and desist, but I guess because Piers Morgan is quote unquote the biggest, one of the biggest ones on, so let me attack him, and this will be a good example for all of you who, if you ever have her on your show, you're gonna get this too, but it's too late. She's been on a whole bunch of platforms, Jay-Z. She's been on a whole bunch of shows, brother. Beyonce, they've been talking about you forever, right? The relationships with Jay-Z and these young girls, they don't have to be underage. Like he was with Beyonce, that's what they're saying, which is his wife now. Foxy Brown, when she was 16, that's what they're saying. I gotta look up the year. What year did she really appear on anything with Jay-Z, right? So, and then she's even flinging around rumors that Sean Carter has a disease, that he has some type of sexual disease and he's gave it to multiple or whatever woman. She's put that out there, Jaguar, right? That Sean Carter has some type of disease and he gave it to Rihanna. It's not good. Dirty work. Dirty, dirty work. Right? So, yeah. Piers Morgan apologizes because it's like Jay-Z and Beyonce ain't playing. They're not playing around at all. Right? But how come you don't have the same smoke for everybody? Because this is just recent. I know she talked a lot. What really hit is because the community, what Jay-Z's trying to impress, seen it got to them. It got to them because maybe a lot of that community, they don't go watch academics and all this other shit, right? But they'll watch Piers Morgan, you know. That's what's going on. Jaguar Wright. Who is right with this? Who is she right or are they right? Because a lot of times when people react, it's because they're guilty. And my analyzation of this whole thing, right? It seems like Jay-Z finally tapped and is feeling insecure right now. He's feeling insecure. Like he could play cool for so long. Like none of this bothers him. But finally, it's cracked. Probably went through, the person who's the weak link is probably Beyonce. Right? So he's got to be the man and he's got to step up and he's got to show what he could do, the power, the influence. Right? And he hit Piers Morgan, but come on, man. It's not just him. There's a whole bunch of people been talking. They've been talking, saying Jay-Z and Beyonce, you guys are evil. Right? We heard, it's kind of funny because it's funny because you gotta really look on it now. How Jaguar Wright's calling them evil. Tory Lanez father, when Tory Lanez got sentenced, he was calling out Jay-Z too. Tory Lanez father was called. It could have been that he's angry, but it's funny. It's kind of similar. Talking about the industry to the father, saying how if the reason why Tory Lanez is in the situation is because he didn't sign with Rock Nation, which, Rihanna signed. He did not sign with Rock Nation, so that's why he got punished. The law, whatever, prosecutors with what's her name, Stallion, is said to be the lawyers hired by Jay-Z and Beyonce. Is that a lie? Now, let's put not just rumors, let's talk about the facts. Who hired the lawyers against Tory Lanez? Just putting out there. Tory Lanez, right? The story is that he was aggressive or something with Meg Thee Stallion, similar like how Chris Brown was aggressive with Rihanna, right? And Jay did not like that. He did not like that. He got punished for that. Industry style. Chris Brown's only lucky that he's that big, but he got still punished for that. Industry style, like I said. So, what Jaguar Wright is talking about is not too off there, but she is taking information from people who's been talking about it a long time ago, like me, myself, right? About Jay-Z, about the industry, about the connections. I could connect the dots, right? But Jaguar Wright is just saying that they're evil, and one, two little things, hardly any detail, not a real solid case. What I just told you is certain things that can make you illustrate more and do your homework to see that this man is not who everybody think he is really. And this is with facts, unless they're fantasies, talking about when Biggie's manager, on Rivera, right, was bootlegging Jay-Z's album, and how Jay-Z responded by stabbing him, right? He was apprehended, but he did not spend a lick in jail or whatever you want to call it, real, no time, right? And not even, I don't think there was probation or whatever. It's like that never happened. And then we hear the story about Jay-Z stabbing his brother, his own brother, and I think he talks about that. Now, those two situations shows a serious individual, no matter what, even if you got better over time, you went to church or whatever, but you are an aggressive, very violent person. You shoot your brother, your flesh and blood, almost murder over probably money, right? A man, even though you get mad, takes your property and tries to make money off of it. I understand. But that is just two stories I know of Mr. Sean Carter. No joke. No joke. So, now, becoming rich, becoming successful, makes people feel like they're superhuman and they could do anything. That's what's going, and then sometimes you get caught up in certain things will come back to haunt you, like Puff Daddy or Sean Combs. So, could it be true? Could it be true that Sean Carter, Jay-Z, and Beyonce partook or take in a lot of unsavory, nasty, evil, sinister things in the industry? Is it possible? A lot of people say, what are you talking about? No, 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 no. At one point, it was no with Puff Daddy. It was no at one point. Even though a lot of people hate him for his business deals. It was, you would never think of that. This came as a shock, all this other stuff. But like I said, a lot of stories been out for years, including even P. Diddy with his sexual orientation. People been talking about that for years, making jokes about it for years. No one really digged into it, right? And now these parties have been exposed. These freak-offs. He had Diddy parties a long time ago, so people know about them. But now he had these extra parties, and everybody's going on like they don't know anymore. Not one of you, out of all you celebrities, he's friends with been at these freak offs. Only Puff Daddy been at the freak offs with these other unknown people. None of you, none of you out there ever been to the freak offs who are celebrities who took a picture with Puff Daddy and mentioned the Diddy parties. None of you have ever. Right? But right now it seems like they're doubling down because they were hot talking about all these victims. And now it's kind of quiet down ever since the lawyer says a lot of names will shock you and be exposed, and a lot of people are saying Jay-Z, 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 Beyonce, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Jay-Z. Maybe this is the beginning, the cease and desist of what they've been putting out to everybody, because they've been hearing about the celebrity list and they don't want to be on it. They don't want to be named in that list. So they're doing this right now as an example to stop everything before it blows up even more. But right now, like I'm telling you, it's rebounding. I think by them responding, it makes a lot of people question things. I think they really should have looked, I don't know if they looked this over, but they should have never responded to Piers Morgan. Should have made her just go on the show, right? Make her look like, keep looking crazy, right? But now she looks more, it looks more like she's telling the truth because you responded. The power game. This is the power game, Jay. You know the power game, so this must be your wife, Beyonce, telling you this. It was working, not saying nothing, but now this response is making you guys look guilty. I'm sorry, this was the wrong energy. I don't know if you guys are in the world, if you're watching the media really, but this just makes you look guilty. The cease and desist. It's not a popular thing. Ever since Drake been popularizing this, it's not popular. It makes you look like the emotional, right? If it's not true, you don't pay attention to it. If it's, and you guys are on a level so much, you would think you would pay attention to it, but paying attention to it now it's going to be building and building more, and people are not going to believe what you guys say, that you're not a part of anything what this lady been saying. She won. When she came on Piers Morgan, right? She didn't win until you guys responded. Because she got cussed out. She got cussed out before that. Oh boy, who's right? That's the title of the thing. Who is right? Is it Jay-Z or Jaguar Wright? Who's right? So far, it looks like Jaguar Wright is right. Because you guys should have done the same thing to all the damn platforms I've been seeing her go on. She's been on other platforms digging in, if not more. She digged in way more on those platforms. Hundreds of thousands of people still seen it. I seen it. But I guess this Piers Morgan thing, whew, that was it, the last straw. That was the last straw. My thing is though, Mr. Carter, why haven't you gone straight for Jaguar Wright herself? Why haven't you gone for her? Both of you. It don't make no sense. Why aren't you giving her a cease and desist? Why aren't you doing the same thing like Cardi B? It's done to Tasha K. Are you gonna do it? Like, why haven't you? It makes you wonder: is there some guilt in there? You don't want somebody to dig up, like really dig up or something? Because if you are innocent and this one is trying to smear your name or has, you will be giving her the cease and desist. So maybe you can't hit an individual with it. You have to hit an organization with associated with it. Because you see, for example, the cease and desist from Drake is hitting the NFL, so he can't play the song Not Like Us because of what it says in the song. So it seems like these individuals like Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're hitting the association, right? If Piers Morgan was black, if he was black, we wouldn't be hearing about no cease and desist. Straight up, straight facts. We wouldn't be hearing about nothing like that. Tons of black creators I've been seeing talk about it deeply. Jaguar Wright been on there talking about. She just was on, like I said, she's been on Lord Jamar's platform. Didn't hear everything on there. I'm sure she ripped Jay-Z and other people on there. And she's been on, like I said, I can't even count. Surprised she doesn't have her own show. Surprised she hasn't been on Tasha K's platform talking. But Tasha K, what her name, she got in some hot water with Cardi B and had to, still owes her probably some money she hasn't paid. Right? So right now, these artists are feeling under attack from content makers, spilling the tea about them. Well, this is what you sign up for, being a celebrity, right? Celebrity, you are a star shining. So people are going to see that star shining and want to dim it. This is the facts. They're going to want to dim your light away. So Beyonce, I believe, is behind this. I believe Beyonce is the one that pushed Sean Carter, said, we got to do something like this. You can't have this bitch talking about me and talking about us. I'm sick of it. And then you have Foxy recently, the other day, saying she has something to say. Can't wait to tell my story, blah, blah, blah. You all coming out now? Is this now the time? It's a trend. One monkey see, monkey do. Monkey see, monkey do. That's what it seems like. You weren't gonna do it before, but now is the time. Right? Now is the time. It's a crazy, crazy world, man. But people, I got the D2E merch. We got the link. It's in the, it's on the platform on the YouTube page. If you want some D2E gear, you can link it. PayPal is there. And yeah, subscribe to the platform for the content. But yeah, man, Jay-Z, this don't look good for you. It doesn't look good for you, Beyonce. Does not look good. Yes, people are going to say, we are not going to frig with Beyonce and Jay-Z. No, don't talk about them. I know this is an example you're trying to put out. It's too late. It's too late. The damage that already has been done. Tons of documentaries on you. Tons of stuff regarding saying that you've been with Rihanna underage and all these other individuals. Now they're talking about a video, possibly with you, Hove, and doing some nasty types of work. That's what's coming out. But hey, bless up to everyone. This is Sean Myrie of the Down to Earth podcast. Please subscribe. Who's right? That's the episode. Bless up.